And this is Off the Page. It's a nerdy show where we talk about all things nerdy. So today's spoiler review is Planet Earth Lion King edition.
Yeah.
It might as well have been an animal documentary, the way that thing was shot.
Oh my god.
So what were some good things you could say about it?
There were very few good things, but alright, so it looked nice.
Yeah.
It looked good.
It was visually stunning.
For like real life, somewhat CGI lions, they looked nice.
There were times it kind of looked weird, like when they were talking, the mouth just kind of moved weird.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That, and it was funny sometimes too.
And it has funny moments.
Like hyenas like respecting each other's personal space.
Yeah.
That was a good running joke.
What was the actor's name? From Key and Peele, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, I can't remember. One of them was in the movie, but he was playing this very like stay out of my space hyena.
Yeah.
It was funny.
I like that.
The background music was okay.
Which time?
The background music, not the singer.
Okay.
The actual background music, it was okay. We'll get to that.
The ones that they took from the actual show.
Yeah.
I mean movie.
Another thing, like when Mufasa was telling his like speech to Simba about, like everything like touches, they added like a few more dialogue to it. Like he says like a king should know how to give as well as take. I thought that was illustrated nicely later on, like when Scar takes over and he's just like over hunting and killing the Pride Lands basically. It pretty much like reiterates what Mufasa was saying. Another funny moment was like when Simba was talking to Scar and he's like, one day Uncle Scar, I'm gonna be king and you'll have to do what I say. Isn't that funny? And Scar was looking at him like,
I should snap his neck right now.
Like he looked like he's like just kill him at that minute.
So many times in that movie, Scar looked like he was this close to murdering somebody else.
Like I can just fling you off this rock right now.
And I like how they added a whole bunch of hyenas into the movie.
In the original, just 3 of them,
and then
random ones.
A whole bunch of random ones just show up at the very end, like various parts of the movie.
Yeah, like the scene where Nala and Simba are like chased down by hyenas. It's like they're literally like a pack of hyenas about to eat them.
Yeah.
So then when Mufasa comes in to save them, it looks more heroic.
Yeah, because he like fights like hundreds of them at the same time. Mm-hmm. It looks like, okay, let's not mess with this lion.
Yeah, it makes him look more powerful.
Yeah, I like that.
Another thing I noticed was how they made Shenzi the female alpha of the hyena pack.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like
some hyena they made up.
Yeah, no, like Shenzi, she was the female in the original, like played by Whoopi Goldberg.
What?
Yeah. But like
Lion King fact.
In real life, like hyenas are led by a female alpha, so I like how they put that little tidbit in the movie. And another thing is like they also made the hyenas more antagonistic towards Scar, so they weren't just following behind him dumbly.
Yeah, because they were stupid in the cartoon.
Like they didn't actually trust lions, so like why should we trust you? What do we get out of this?
They actually said they was gonna eat him.
Yeah,
I like that.
Convinced them not to, so I like that little antagonism. What else was there? Puma and Timon were the best ones.
Yeah, they were hilarious. Yeah. Them and Zazu, he was funny too.
Yeah, as like few shots as he was in, but like
they did
pretty much the same person. Hakuna Matata. Now the way the song started off with the kid version singing, like Kid Simba, it was like, like you're not really hitting the notes the way I like it.
No.
But then like when Donald Glover comes in as older Simba, that's when you really get into the song.
Yeah.
Like, it means no. Yeah. So I thought that was good. Another thing was they showed what happened to the Pride after Scar becomes king. Because like usually just in the original one, it just cuts to like what Simba's doing.
Yeah.
And then Nala just shows up out of nowhere. But then they actually show like what happened. Like how Scar was, like how the hyenas came in, how the lionesses were resisting Scar's.
I actually like that part a lot when he was telling them what happened, and then you see hundreds of hyenas just like swarm the Pride Lands. That was good.
Yeah. Or like a little tidbit of what happened between Sarabi and Scar.
That was one of the best parts of the movie. Apparently, Scar was trying to get with Simba's mom in the beginning, but she was like, she was like, nah.
So Scar was tight. He's like, oh, you chose Mufasa over me
because he was a light-skinned lion. That's why.
Oh my god! It's funny because like in the original movie, like the storyboard, Scar hits on older Nala.
Ew, pedophile.
Like he gets this idea like, oh, the Pride doesn't like they don't look up to me or they don't respect me. I should get a queen. And he's like, hey, Nala. He's like, Nala's like, no.
I don't think that's a good message to send to little kids.
Yeah, that was kind of creepy.
Yeah, we don't need that.
So some things that made you go,
Which time?
Pick one.
Oh man, the singing. Oh my God, these people cannot hit notes at all.
This is a problem I had with Aladdin. Stop forcing actors to sing if they can't sing. Like, remember Will Smith?
Oh, that had everybody in the theater at the very beginning. It was just like, whoa, stop.
And like the thing is, like, this was an animated movie, so you could have had a speaking role and a singing role.
Like you did in the cartoon.
You didn't have to make Seth Rogen try to hit a note.
Oh my God, that was disgusting.
Oh my God.
I could not hear that.
Like
it was that in the Scar too, when he tried to do the be prepared thing.
It was a spoken word, be prepared. Like, be prepared for a chance of a lifetime. Be prepared. Like, I'm like, is he even singing?
I didn't even know that was the song until I started recognizing some of the key words.
I'm like, wait a minute. Like, I keep music in the back. I'm like, wait a minute. Are we in the song? I'm like, what is this?
And then he tried to hit the be prepared note. And
I'm like, okay, just keep talking.
Oh God, no. That like, the Simba voice too.
Yeah, like I liked his speaking voice, but when he would try to sing,
that was really bad. And it's such because Nala was a good singer.
Yeah,
the voice actor they had, but yeah, the guy, the kid, no. And what was really odd was when they tried to do Donald Glover and Beyonce. When they tried to sing,
Beyonce outsung Donald so bad. God. Can You Feel the Love Tonight was just Beyonce.
It was so awkward because Beyonce's voice is so powerful. Donald Glover can sing, but he can't sing like that. Like he can't match her voice. So why would you put those two things? It doesn't work.
Yeah, just she totally overpowered him.
Yeah, all I heard was her voice.
Can you feel it? And Donald's like,
Oh, another moment was when Mufasa, the death scene.
Oh, yeah. Like, this is the thing with this movie. I'm a Lion King stan. Like the original Circle of Life always makes me tear up a little. Like the Broadway musical, that made me tear up a little.
What about this one?
At the end of Circle of Life, I was just like,
okay, this happened.
So I should have known that there's something wrong if the Circle of Life makes me go, okay.
Yeah.
That was the tone for the whole movie.
The whole movie. Like, okay.
Especially Mufasa's death scene. Like, I didn't feel anything.
We have to tell them what actually happened.
Alright, so it pretty much follows the same events as the movie. So the scene where, like, Mufasa's climbing up the rock and he's like, brother, help me. Scar takes his claws, like, digs it in there. He's like, long live the king.
And then what happens, Chad?
Flings him off and then bitch slaps Mufasa as he's falling.
Yeah. He slaps Mufasa in the face and he does this awkward fall before he dies.
I was that was so disrespectful.
It was so weird. Oh my, it was really strange. Everybody in the theater was like, what?
That was just so wild.
Okay, alright.
Or like another scene that was just like so lackluster was Mufasa's ghost.
Oh yeah, because we didn't even get to see him.
Yeah, like when he appears in the clouds and like as he's talking to Simba, you see the details swarm and then the colors come in.
Yeah, I wanted to see Ghost Mufasa.
All you saw was like clouds and then like the lightning would flash so you could like see hints of the face. But other than that, like if you weren't like looking close enough, you wouldn't be able to see it. It would just be a bunch of storm clouds.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, so it's like they weren't pushing hard enough in this movie in a lot of things. Like a lot of the actors, they weren't emoting enough. It's like even James Earl Jones as Mufasa.
He was so disappointed. I think it's because maybe he's like 95 years old. That's probably why he can't really speak like he did before. He can't like project his voice because the way he was speaking was just so...
Yeah, like it sounded like he was just going through the motions. Like,
yeah. Even when they did the whole him talking in the clouds thing, that speech was so underwhelming. I wouldn't want to go back and protect, but okay.
You're my son, remember.
That was really how he said it in the movie. Like, that wouldn't inspire me to go back and save my house.
I felt like it also dragged in some moments, like the scene with the piece of fur that's supposed to get to Rafiki.
I felt like that went on for like 5 minutes for no reason.
Like, this is how the journey went. All right, so first the fur flies off into the air. It falls into a creek. A bird picks it up. Puts it into its nest. The second bird picks it up and throws it out of the nest. Falls into a branch. Gets eaten by a giraffe. Gets pooped out by the giraffe. A dung beetle rolls the poop, the fur is stuck in it. It breaks. Then ants pick it up. Then the ants go to the tree that Rafiki's in, then finally he picks it up.
And then he's like, oh, Simba's still alive. Whoop. That lasted like 5 minutes, but the part that got me was when Nala and Simba first see each other after those years. She pinned him to the ground. Oh my God, Simba. Nala. Yo, Simba, you need to go home. That was really all that happened. Like that.
What?
You can't take like a few minutes to be like, oh my God, I can't believe you're here. It's like, no, Simba, you're here. Okay, go home.
Like it was dragged in some parts, and then it felt really rushed in other parts.
Especially towards the end.
Yeah, like the end scene, like one of the most iconic moments is like when Simba ascends Pride Rock. You have the music playing in the background of King of Pride Rock soundtrack.
That's another thing. They put some of the good music in different spots.
Yeah, like it didn't hit the moment it was supposed to. So like when he goes up Pride Rock and he lets out a roar, then the music cuts and like the lioness is roaring, then it goes into like Circle of Life, but like it missed its mark, so it just didn't hit the way it was supposed to. That's the problem with this movie, it just didn't hit.
Every single emotional scene that you had in the cartoon, don't expect it in this movie.
It wasn't
because it's not there at all. Even when Simba saw his father die, and he was screaming, it just didn't. Like, it felt like he dropped the ice cream cone or something.
Like the kid's acting, it just wasn't.
Yeah, who was the actor?
I have no idea. It's like his just acting, he just wasn't convinced. He's like, I didn't know. I heard you laugh.
I did laugh. I did. I think I was like the only person in the theater who laughed.
Yeah, I'm just like, oh my God, what's happening?
I actually did need to bring up this, and I thought about it this morning. So remember when Scar was walking with Simba when they're at the gorge? Yeah. And he was like, okay, practice your roar here. I'll come back and I'll check on you later. Yeah. So right after he leaves, the stampede happens. Yeah. He almost dies. Mufasa dies. Then afterwards, Scar comes to Simba like, look at what you did. Yeah. Your dad is dead because of you. You killed the king. Yeah. Get out of here. And I was just thinking, hold on a second. Wait. What did he do exactly?
I mean, even in the original one, he just like messed with Simba's head. Like he put the guilt on him. He's like when he comes up like, Simba, what have you done?
See, that I kind of understood because like he was by himself in the cartoons. Like, okay, so he probably shouldn't have been there.
No, but at the same time, Scar did take him to the gorge. But he didn't like say, he didn't have that whole story about, oh, this is where lions practice their war. He's just like, they just happened to be walking through the gorge and like Scar just leaves him there. Now that I think about it, that may be a little continuity error.
Probably. I don't know. That whole scene kind of confused me. Yeah. But I did like Scar's voice.
Yeah, it was okay. Like
he can't sing just like almost everybody else in this movie.
Yeah. Like Beyonce's acting was okay, but it just kind of looked weird with the lion. Because like these animals, they're not emoting, so it's like the emotion doesn't come through the way it should.
Yeah, and they try to give her too many heroic moments, like towards the end.
Like she fights Shenzi.
Yeah.
There's this time she says, "Lions attack!" I was halfway expecting to say, "Okay, lions, now let's get in formation." It was just kind of cheesy, but
it was extremely. I didn't really understand why they tried to give her fight scenes and stuff. Yeah, defend your man, Nala. Beaten by hyenas. Oh yeah, the whole Timon and Pumbaa thing was really weird too towards the end. Remember when Pumbaa fought the hyenas?
Yeah, when Pumbaa is like when the hyenas call him a pig, it's like, oh, that's Mr. Pig. But in this one, it's like they call him Chubby.
And then he gets upset.
Yeah, that's what makes him upset. And
that huge him attacking the hyenas was really strange. Yeah, they could have cut that out.
It just felt like out of place.
Yeah. A lot of things fell out of place.
Yeah. Like not enough emoting. Even like Donald Glover is like, he was just like going through the motions. Like, I didn't really feel anything from him.
He's just saying stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of people were just saying things in this movie. Yeah. And they were ripping they were ripping the words from the cartoon, which really bothered me.
Yeah, but they're going to add a little like new dialogue as well.
Yeah. But sometimes when they just said the words before, I'm like, you could have just like taken the audio from the cartoon and just put it in this movie. Yeah. Especially for James Earl Jones. They should have did that for him.
Oh, another thing, like where Timon and Pumbaa said something slightly relatable, like, oh, life is meaningless, so do whatever you want.
I love that part.
I'm like, okay, relatable.
I laughed at that part. Yeah. Because it's somewhat true.
Yeah. So in conclusion, what should they have done?
Not made this movie. Simple. Like, stop remaking these movies. If they touch Hercules, I'll be so upset.
Can you imagine if they do Fox and the Hound?
Don't do that, Sharon. Please.
Like, the whole time I was watching it, I was like, this really looks like an animal documentary. what if they go full animal documentary? Let's turn it into like some Planet Earth thing. Like get David Attenborough or Morgan Freeman to narrate it. Nobody has to talk.
Morgan Freeman.
But have like the original soundtrack playing in the background as music.
That would have been better than
like
this.
I feel like that would have been an interesting take than this, because this was just so
unnecessary. Like, we did not need this.
It was just really underwhelming, and as a Lion King fan, I'm very disappointed. No more Lion King stuff, Disney.
Yeah, if they do Lion King 2 like this, I will storm out.
Like the Broadway play could stay, but nothing else after this.
Please, no.
Let the lions sleep tonight.
And it makes me not want to see Mulan either. Agree with me, please.
I don't know about that, but if you like this review or any other reviews, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. If you watched Lion King, tell us what you think about it in the comments down below. And this has been Off the Pages. See you now.
Off the pages, bitches.